the dreams that comics made. Brightly colored pages bring legends that make young hearts sing. Rocket ships and alien planes, all in frames that broke their chains. All in color for a dime, adventures caught in every line. The first comic book so grand, wish I had one in my hand. Villains with their twisted grins, battles where the good guy wins, fights that laugh from page to soul. Every issue took its toll. Yesterday's paper memories, super adventures in the breeze, lost in stories bold and free. Dreams were written just for me.
Hey everybody, welcome to Cheap Comic Collector. Glad you're here. Today's the Super Sunday show, so we're going to be doing a few different things like we normally do on Sundays now. But first of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. I hope your new year's off to a great start. And I hope mine's off to a great start because I'm filming this before Christmas, so yeah, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. If you could hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed. We also have a membership program. If you want to stick around the channel, eventually I'll talk about that at some point. Not today, but you know, you click on the link button, it doesn't really tell you that much about the benefits. There's better benefits than what it shows. We do giveaways and free books on the claim sale and stuff. And speaking of which, a little confusion. Not the last time I did this, but when I first started doing this, there was a little confusion by a couple of people who thought the Chillin' with Cheap comics were the ones going into the sale. I guess they're just not watching close enough, or maybe I didn't make it clear. So I'll try to be clearer about that as we go through the show today. Thanks for being here. Our first stop is Disney Station. And here we are. Same camera, same station. So today I thought I'd show a couple hats. I have quite a few hats, actually. I never started out to collect the hats. There's a couple I bought myself that I just thought were cool, but it seems like when people want to get you a gift but they don't know what to get you, they get you a hat. So I have quite a few. And I love them all. But this one is from back when it was called Disney MGM Studios Theme Park. And it says "On with the Show" on the back. And it's got pins on the front. Now, I don't remember if these pins came with it or if I put these on there. I think they came with it based on the weird backers that they have, because I've never seen those backers before. So yeah, so we got Pluto on there, got his pin here, Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck with his clapboard. So they're making movies. They got the cool backdrop there of the Eiffel Tower, which I don't think is there anymore. I think they tore that down when they tore out the back street. They've made a lot of changes at that park over the years, and not necessarily for the better either. But anyway, I like that, and I think that's cool. And I purposely picked out a couple that had pins on them. This one I got back when I was collecting pins. I mean, not only is Frontierland one of my favorite areas of the park, or it used to be. It says Magic Kingdom Frontierland on the back, and then it's got this cool scene on the front where it's just Mickey Mouse trying to lasso the bank robber Black Pete there, and I thought that was cool. And I used to have a few Western pins around the edge, but it looks like the only one I still have on there is this one of Donald Duck in a cowboy hat. So anyway, I enjoy those. I think they're fun, and yeah, that's you know, a couple little things in my collection, and we will move on because you guys will want to see comics, I bet. So let's do Comic Spotlight. Try to do cool things and the software just does not cooperate sometimes. All right, so Comic Spotlight. Actually had a little time to read some comic books for a change. It's actually been about a month since I've read a comic book. Can you believe that? But at the top of my pile, and so I temporarily put aside the Spirit comics that I was trying to read through to read this 4-issue series by Jess Smith, creator of Bone, because he did this series called Shazam: The Monster Society of Evil. And I remember reading about this one when it came out. So I'm going to adjust my camera a little bit here. I always bump that thing when I get up and it moves all over the place. You know what? It's missing something. It's missing a piece. So it's not sticking down. It should be stuck over here, and it's not. Let me find something to stick in there. There we go. Things are not cooperating today. Sorry, guys. Thought I was all set, and it wants to be difficult. Why are you not working anymore? You were working fine. Frustrating. Good, frustrating. All right, that'll have to do. We'll just push them up a little bit for now. Anywho, so this is a series by Jess Smith, creator of Bone and Razzle, which were fun series. And this is basically retells the origin of Shazam with Billy Batson, and getting his powers and so forth. Mary Marvel shows up in here as well in this series. And I'm actually going to flip through these pages. This was a fun series. It was a quick read, so I don't know if I would get it for the $6 they originally asked for per issue. But getting it on the cheap, if you can find them like I did for practically nothing, this is well worth picking up. This is, I mean, if you're a Shazam fan, you might not like it, I guess, just because of the art style and stuff. But if you're a Jeff Smith fan, this is great stuff. And I'm a Shazam fan, but I never had the opportunity to actually read that much Shazam, other than like the Power of Shazam series, which was really good. But I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. In fact, I enjoyed it so much that I asked AI to write a song about it, about the origin of Shazam. And by golly, it did. And I don't have that loaded either. Gol darn! Maybe I should just start over. Edit list. There we go. Huh. I thought for sure I loaded that. Oh, you know what? I downloaded it from the site and put it on the computer, and I never put it into the software program. That's the problem. So many things to try and make one of these shows you would not believe. There it is. It's called The Birth of a Hero. And so I'm just going to flip through the pages so you guys can see it. And as I do that, I'm going to play the song. So sit back, relax, and take a listen.
Bill Batson, just a kid in our city, laughing rough, but he ain't itty bitty. Hit a blink, met a wizard, ain't it wild? Shazam, he said, now he's way past mile. From alleyways to skies real high, never again alone. He gonna fly with courage and might, like a lion's roar. Billy, now the captain with legends galore. From alleyways to skies real high, never again alone. He gonna fly with courage and might, like a lion's roar. Billy, now the captain with legends galore. Say the word, feel the thunder roar. Power in his veins, legends to the core. Shazam, oh Shazam, lightning in the air. Billy's now a marvel, ain't no time to spare. One moment he's just a boy in the street. Next he's fighting villains can't be beat. With a heart so pure and powers divine, look up here, it's the captain's sweet time. Heavens tremble when they hear that name. Billy Batson's no longer the same. Gifted with strength, the wisdom untold. His golden tale will forever be bold. Say the word, feel the thunder roar. Power in his veins, legends to the core. Shazam, oh Shazam, lightning in the air. Billy's now a marvel, ain't no time to spare. Marines tremble when they hear that name. Billy Batson's no longer the same. Gifted with strength, a wisdom untold. His golden tale will forever be bold. Say the word, feel the thunder roar. Power in his veins, legends to the core. Shazam, oh Shazam, lightning in the air. Billy's now a marvel, ain't no time to spare. Billy's now a marvel, ain't no time to spare.
All right, so that was a song. We still got a couple issues to go through here, but the story is pretty good. But there's a few things that don't really make sense to me, like when Billy Batson says Shazam, he turns into Captain Marvel, a grown up, right? But when Mary Marvel does it, she's still a little girl. and things like that, but it's a fun story if you don't, but if you get caught up in the comic book logic, it lacks a little bit, but still a good story. um you've heard me say many times that I don't really like cartoony art too much on this type of a story, in a superhero story. But if you know your history of Captain Marvel, he started out as a very cartoony looking character. It's a very whimsical character back then and in this. It's very much kind of an updating to his original style of stories. And it's a lot of fun. Really, really like it. So yeah, that's it. These will be staying in my collection. They were wonderful, and I love them. And next up, we have, what do we got next? Missing pages. All right. So those little intro things actually are there on purpose to try and give me time to set up the next scene, right? So even though I have the stuff here ready, like the laminator is here, but I had to plug it in so it'll heat up and be ready to use. And so if you can hear that humming, that's what that is. I just turned it on. So yeah, you saw me look at this recently. It's issue of Buzzy that I had to go, said I had to go into immediate surgery because of all this mold that's on it. I don't really know how to deal with that. I tried cleaning it up a little bit with some bleach. That didn't seem to work at all. It just wants to rub the pages into nothingness rather than actually whitening it or cleaning it. So I'm hoping laminating will basically kill, and preserve the cover at least. This, unfortunately, the insides may be long gone because it's pretty well damaged. It's got a lot of mold starting up on it in different spots along all the edges and so forth. And I don't really know what to do about that. I mean, I know there's guys out there that give acid baths and all that kind of stuff, and I'm just not going to do that. It's a lot of work. It'll take some hours and days and weeks, and it's kind of ridiculous, you know, for something like this. I mean, it'd be great if I knew what I was doing, but I'm not going to spend all that time to try and do something I don't know what I'm doing. So once today's over, this will also go into the reading pile almost immediately because I want to make sure I get to read it in case it just, turns really bad over the course of the while I have it in storage or something before. I mean, it could be years before I get around to reading it if I stick it in my stacks. So with this much damage, I want to get that taken care of. And then we're just gonna try and set up the lamination here as close as we can to each other. You've seen me do this on a previous show for another book where we had to laminate the covers. It's preservation on the cheap, I guess. I hope that's what it is. And so yeah, I stick these in here and I try try to get them lined up because, you know, I'm going to cut the laminate down to hopefully fit in a bag. So I want the edges of the pages to pretty much line up to where they should be. Kind of hard to tell on this one because so much of it is missing at the top, but we got to flip some of these things over here. So hopefully there isn't any folds once we have it laminated and so forth. And then if I line the pages up, I think we did pretty good. This is pretty close on this side, but I need it close or it won't be good enough to fit in a bag. So I'm gonna try and smooth that one out right there on the end. I line these up. Looks pretty good. This one actually looks like it's tilted a little tiny bit. Doesn't line up back on this other corner. So let me try that again. Put that there. Move it up a little bit. And it still seems like that's pretty good actually. The comic itself is actually cross-eyed. You can see where it got bent in the middle, so the back edge got this line of dirt on it there. Whatever happened to it. So I think we're good to go. We're gonna just run this first page through and hope for the best. Because once you do this, you're pretty much stuck with what you got. Coming up, we'll be going through some books for the Chillin' with Cheap, where I put the books into the long boxes that are for sale on the Blogspot site. The link is in the description. It's $2 a book with free shipping, or $1 if you're a channel member. And then, of course, we'll be going through the box you saw me carry in at the beginning, and those will be books that are going into the claim sale for next week, this coming Saturday, because this is a Sunday. We just had the sale yesterday. Won't do another one until Saturday. Try not to do more than one a week. Don't want to overwhelm anybody or anything. And at this point, I have about 3 months worth of inventory to go through books that we haven't seen before, or at least, you know, I mean, they maybe we've seen that book before, but books that haven't gone through the channel individually, books. All right, so just gonna put that under the desk so it can cool off before I put it away. And then we have the covers. I will say laminating these really kind of makes the colors pop. Unfortunately, in this case, it also makes all the mold pop. You can really see it on there. But yeah, so we're gonna take our scissors and just cut around the edges here. Or no, I actually have my... All right, well, we'll do it this way. Because I forgot I had the cutting board. Duh. That's what I bought it for. So yeah, let me get the cutting board out. That'll be nice and Nice and smoother, I think. I got so much less stuff laying under this desk. It's ridiculous. All right, let's see how we want to get it as close to the edge as we can, so we can try and still fit them in a bag. But we want to also make sure there's enough room so that it doesn't open up the laminate, because you want it sealed. Yeah, that might be a little too far away. Try that again. That's pretty good. All right, and then I think the rest of it is fine. I mean, you can't really make them the comic size because you need the room around them. So these will, if you do this, they will always be bigger than the comic. And then I just go with the scissors and I try to curve the edges a little bit. That way they don't get snagged in the bag and in whatever else you do with them. They're not gonna, there's a nice little curvature to them. Which unfortunately it kind of kills the presentation a little bit, but it does help a lot with getting them in and out of the bags and things like that. So, all right. Let me see. I got that's a big bag. I don't need that. That's like a magazine size bag. Let me grab one of these that the Captain Marvels were in, I guess. Let's see. Oh no, that needs to be. Yeah, that wouldn't even fit because this is a Golden Age, right? So, I may be actually out of Silver or Golden Age bags because I've been having to use a lot lately for sending stuff out in the sales. Yeah, these are all modern bags, so I'll have to keep my eyes open and grab one as it comes through. But so there, hopefully we at least save the covers. Like I said, I don't know what to do about this. Just enjoy it while I can. There's a little piece there that was stuck on the staples that maybe I could have tried to take off and added into that, but I didn't do it. I didn't think about it. But yeah, this is Buzzy 10 Center number 39 from 1951. So should be a fun read. Let's see what's coming up. What is coming up? You guys know. You guys know what's coming up. Don't you? Don't you? All right, so we're doing Chilling with Cheap. So once again, these are $2 comics that are going onto the Blogspot site. These are comics that have gone through the claim sales previously. In this case, quite a while previously. It'll be quite some time, if ever, when the books that are in the current claim sales end up in Chilling with Cheap. But I did have a request to do bigger stacks of these. So that's what I'm going to do, because I do have lots of long boxes. We currently have 7 boxes listed on the site, and what we've been doing is taking these and replenishing those boxes as stuff sells, because otherwise the boxes get half empty and they collapse and destroy everything, and I need the room anyway. So this camera's driving me nuts. Oh, that's better. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna go through these, and these will go into box number 1. There's quite a bit of room in box number 1. I had originally, when I showed that on a Chilling with Cheap episode, I actually showed them in the bags and boards, and I took everything out of bags and boards to save on storage, and because I needed bags and boards for the claim sales. But that created a whole big gap in that box, which I filled with cardboard at that time. That was my first Chilling with Cheap episode that I ever did. And so these are going to go in there to fill that gap. And we'll just take a look, see what we got. Like I said, these are $2 on the Blogspot site. The link is in the description. If you're a channel member, they're $1. And the channel members have been taking full advantage of that. They they really go through there and grab a bunch of books when they first become channel members. So anyway, we'll get started. Excalibur, number 98 from 1996. Cool Nightcrawler cover. It's kind of got a weird costume there, but I like it. Excalibur 100, for those of you who are interested in the anniversary issues. There's also, this is part of the Onslaught storyline. And this is Excalibur Special, The Possession. So instead of doing annuals, Excalibur would do a special every year with its own individual title. So that's what this is. It's called Excalibur, The Possession. This is... I have no idea what this is. What does that say? I thought it was going to be Fables, but it's not. It's something else. Face number 1 by Vertigo. I have no idea what that is. Faith number 3 from Valiant. Crime at the Comic-Con. So if you collect appearances of comic conventions or stories that take place at comic conventions, this is might be one for you. Farscape number 2 from Boom. Farscape D'Argo's Lament, actually. Farscape Strange Detractors number 3. Fathom Blue Descent number 4. Federal Bureau of Physics from Vertigo. This is number 4. Final Crisis, the Requiem, however you say that. I think this was a one-shot. This was a special. The Flash, the Fastest Man Alive, number 60. Number 61. Number 66. Number 69. And Flash Annual number 4 from 1991. And there's the annual from 1995, number 8, year 1 story. Freak Show number 1 of 3. Number 2. Number 3. Fujitsu number 1. Gantar, The Last Naboo, number 1. Gatecrasher, number 4. Oh, that's cool. Written by Mark Waid and pencils by Amanda Connor, inks by Jimmy Palmiotti. So, all-star creative team on this. This was from Black Bull. This looks cool. Gen 13, Ordinary Heroes, number 1. Generation X, number 14. Got some damage down here. That's the UPC code. Ghostbusters Crossing Over, number 5 from IDW. Alternate cover. Another one. G.I. Joe America's Elite, number 35. G.I. Joe Cobra, number 4. And G.I. Joe The Rise of Cobra Destro, official movie prequel. This is cover A. These are all number 1s. No, this is a number 2. Destro's number 2. Duke is number 1. G.I. Joe versus the $6 Million Man, number 4. That could be cool. Global Frequency from Wildstorm, number 8 of 12. Got some spine wear on that. Nat Rat, number 100. Happy birthday, Nat Rat. The Goddamn Before the Flood, number 2. Godhead, number 3. Green Lantern, 34. Some spine takes on that. Green Lantern Mosaic, number 1. Read that a while back and was it's a pretty good story, actually. This one's got a lot of spine wear and it's a pretty worn copy, but that's worth a read. Grendel Tales featuring Devil's Hammer, number 1. Number 2. And number 3. So full Grendel series there. Here is Grendel Tales, The Devil in Our Midst, number 1. Number 2. Number 3. And number 5. So missing number 4. Grimm's Fairy Tales presents The Piper, number 2. Got the creepy cover, man. Spiders. There's 2-3 copies of that. Nobody wanted that. I don't blame them. Number 3. It's creepy. Harbinger number 20. Harbinger number 20. Harbinger 21. 21. No. Harbinger 28. 29. Hardcase number 1 from Malibu. Hardcore number 2. Number 4. Number 5. 7. 11. 12. 13. And 16. That fun Disneyland type cover there. And number 19. So there you have it. That's what's going into box number 1 in this episode of the Chillin' with Cheap Update. And next, we get to everybody's favorite. And that's right, this is unboxing, so technically speaking it's not really an unboxing, but it is books, because I put these books into this box. These did not come from any one supplier. We'll be doing that for the next 3 months at least, going through books because I didn't have a good assortment for a show, either the daily show or the show on the claim sale. So I've been piecing books from this box and that box to try and make good boxes that are at least fun to look through, so there's a variety of stuff in there instead of it being like nothing but a box of Green Arrow or something like that. So not that Green Arrow's a bad series, Mike Grell's awesome, but I think it's better and more interesting if we have variety. So so what do we got? What have we got? We have X Factor number 103, X Factor 122, X Factor 120, X Factor 118, 119, 117. There's some cool covers in this little run here. 116, 115, and this is bagged like it's a set. Get that tape away from me. Let's see what it says here. The Hacker Files, Working Class Hero. This is number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and Green Lantern is on there with the Justice League International. So this is in continuity, apparently. It didn't seem like it would be, but apparently it is. Number 11, number 12, and a backing board. So not sure what this is. There's Green Lantern again. So he must have been somewhat of a regular in there for a little while. Louis Shiner is the writer, creator. Tom Sutton doing pencils. Bill Coase on inks. Bill Coase, something like that. I'm gonna have to start wearing on my glasses all the time pretty soon. Oh wow, that doesn't even help. I still can't read it. It's just lousy lettering. Oh, looks like Flash is in there too. So I don't know what this is. Okay, so it looks like a mix of art styles telling the story somehow. So there must be like since it's called the Hacker Files, there must be some kind of computer thing going on as well. It could be interesting. Maximum Pressed, we got Priest number 1. Doesn't look like no priest I ever met. X-Force number 119 by Mike Allred. Superman number 13, back when John Byrne was doing it. Millennium tie-in. Superman Prestige format book. Superman, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow. So done in kind of as a homage to the old like Silver Age books where they would do giant size things. Oh, does this collect what I think it collects? Oh, I think it does. When Crisis was happening, they did like farewell issues to Superman, right? They had like a crossover story that went from Superman to Action Comics in issue 423 of Superman and Action Comics 583. So it was kind of a kiss off to that era's Superman. Very well done, extremely well written. It was a great story. And this collects those 2 issues. That's awesome. If I'd have known that, I probably would have kept this. I did not realize what it was. Cool. You should get that. X-Men 67. Defenders number 2. Thrill Killer, Batgirl, and Robin. Number 1 of 3 by Howard Chaykin and Daniel Brereton. Brer Daniel. Cable 80. X-Men Legacy number 224. Man of Steel number 2. Superman 124 with a homage to Action Comics number 1 cover. Superman 123. What does that say? 5 Ghosts. Heroes Haven exclusive 5 Ghosts number 13. So it is a Heroes Haven exclusive cover, not just because of the stupid sticker that they put on everything, which is really starting to annoy me. That they put those on everything. That doesn't want to come off, so I'm not going to attempt it. Peter Parker Spider-Man 91, 81, 91, one of those. Can't tell. Here's an old one, Richie Rich Riches, number 3. Wow, that's cool. It is pretty beat up. We got some big spine things going on there. I probably shouldn't check it because then I have comic envy and want to keep it, but I did keep things out of these boxes as I was going through them. So it kind of changed how I do things a little bit. And I'd like to get back to where, the incoming books are good enough to just show you what I get in as I get it. But unfortunately, the boxes I bought unseen from Joe had a lot of more modern stuff in it that probably won't sell. And so that's why I needed to spread things out. But Americomics presents Captain Freedom, plus the origin of Commando D. Well, hot diggity. Cool back cover by Mike Mocklin, I believe. And front cover by Pat Broderick and Bill Black. Looks like good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, this is Thor number 241, 25-cent cover. Tell the death god that sent thee, the god of thunder, shall triumph over all. When death sails the stars. Now, it does have a huge pull on that staple right there, as you can see, with that flap hanging off. And here's Sad Sack, 30-cent cover. This one's number 255. That looks like the ceiling in my house. It's not pink, but it falls down a lot. Got one of those popcorn ceilings. The stuff just, now that it's old enough, it just falls off. It's annoying. Superman 163. Cool cover. That's come through a couple times. Oh, there's another one. Superman versus Aquaman. Superman 162. And some more X Factors. These are a later series, I believe. Number 9. Hate those half covers they did during Civil War, man. Number 8. X Factor 36. I don't recognize. Well, I guess that's Strong Guy, but other than that, I don't recognize anybody in there. Oh, that must be Multiple Man, but that doesn't look like Multiple Man. Knights of the Dinner Table, number 71. I know somebody who will want that. Nice thick one. Astral City number 18, the original run, I believe. Cable number 37. Some Outsiders number 24. The Magic Order 2 number 1. Okay. The Weatherman number 2. Volume 2 number 2. 222. The Walking Dead Deluxe number 15. There were quite a few issues of Walking Dead in those boxes I was going through, so they will be showing up time to time as we get through these. Avengers Forever number 8. Kind of a cool fist bump cover there. I don't think it's supposed to be a fist bump cover, but it is one. What is this? The Protectors New York Comics number 1, introducing the most unlikely heroes of all. Looks like an interesting independent that I've never heard of. $1986 from Solson Printing. Okay. Yeah, it looks like their stuff. So not sure what's going on here. It looks like they have a little running commentary on the bottom with the history of the Protectors as told by Brett Axel, who was the writer, right? So he tells about, on the bottom, it tells about how, I don't know, he got started with the idea and so on and so forth and how it all came together, it looks like. So that could be interesting reading. Unique thing to find in a comic. John Sable Freelance number 11. Issue number 1 of Quests Aside. You got a skeleton having a beer, I guess. I don't know. Namor the Submariner number 15, Into the Savage Land. That's a cool cover. Number 19 with 9 wives. That's actually a pretty cool cover too. Number 20. And I don't really like that one. Number 21. Search for Iron Fist. And number 22. Looks like they found him. And Guardians Team Up. Number 6. That's a pretty cool looking Nightcrawler. Never seen him drawn quite like that before. Like that. And we got Future Quest number 5. Space Ghost and some other things on there. And Kirby Genesis, we have Captain Victory number 2 as the last issue in the box. It's all back in the box. So that's what we got. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate that very, very much. If you haven't yet, please hit the like button, and we will see you soon. Bye, guys.
Come on down to Cheap Comic Co, where the heroes and villains steal the show. Flip the pages, turn the tide. Every Saturday, take a ride at Cheap Comics, Cheap Thrills. Let's all shout at 12:45. Don't miss out. Super deals await your bid. Every issue a hidden gem. to Spidey, we got them all. Golden Age to modern, we stand tall. Tune in, don't delay. Claim your favorites right away. Cheap comics, cheap thrills, let's all shout. At $12.45, don't miss out. Super deals await your bid. Every issue a hidden gem. Cheap comic collector on YouTube. Join the fun with our nerdy crew. Don't hesitate, don't be late. Snag your phase, it's gonna be great. Cheap comics, cheap thrills, let's all shout. At $12.45, don't miss out. Super deals await your bid. Every issue a hidden gem. Cheap comics, cheap thrills, let's all shout. At $12.45, don't miss out. Super deals await your bid. Every issue a hidden gem. Hey yeah, every issue a hidden gem. Yeah.